Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe on the North America Cup Trail with Ben Wallace at Classy Lane Training Center. Let's talk Apprentice Hanover. It's had 2 starts, no wins yet, certainly no shame the other night in getting beat at Pompano. Are there turns there, or is it just a straightaway with the speed they have down at that track?
You're referring to the Meadows?
Sorry, the Meadows, yeah.
No, I think there was a nice bunch of horses in there, and that's, 49.50 is the ballpark these days, and he got caught maybe back where we really didn't want him to be, but it ended up he had to come three wide around the turn and got beat a length in 49 apiece. Disappointing somewhat. I'd be real disappointed if we went 51 or 52, but 49-4 and kicking at the wire, we're still in the game.
Back in the winter when we were doing the videos on 2-year-olds in training, we were lucky enough to catch you going with Apprentice one day, and you were chatting about this group, and you made a prediction that you thought this would be the finest group of 3-year-olds in terms of depth. You have to think, when you see all the miles that are being kicked out by so many good 3-year-olds, you're right on the money.
Well, I don't think you had to be a genius to figure that out. That's pretty straight up. That horse was by far maybe the greatest horse ever raced, and he was bred to conceivably the greatest book of mares that was ever put together. And he did what he was supposed to do with his 2-year-old get.
Talking some beat somewhere.
Talking some beat somewhere, absolutely. And I don't think you had to be a genius to figure that out. Those horses. They all probably will come back and do what they did at 2, and I'm sure there's a bunch that didn't get raced at 2. They'll come back bigger and stronger. And again, I don't think you had to be a genius to figure that out. It was just a matter of they all looked superb on the racetrack, and Mach 3 was such a great racehorse himself, and then he put out such many great horses, and then this guy comes along. He's a freak to some degrees. So you just have to think that was the way it was going to turn out.
And your horse, while the breaks haven't come his way yet, certainly looks healthy, seems healthy.
Yeah, no, there's no excuses at this end. We haven't won a race yet, but we've been in the hunt both times, and we're waiting for it to shape up for us and to maybe kick home the way we want him to. Again, he's a player, and he's in the top group of players, and as the weekend, and it's really great for this industry that that group seems to change every weekend, and I think I think what it does is it creates more interest that way. There's a whole group of owners out there who think they can win the North American Cup. Obviously, there's one specific group, and meaning Treacher's bunch, which certainly should be, but there's a whole group of us out there just waiting for a bit of a foul up somewhere, and we'll pick up the pieces.
Right. Captain Treacher's didn't race this past weekend. Stories he trained very well at the Meadowlands and so forth. And as much reputation he's got, from what I gather, there's nobody afraid to take a rip at him at this early in the stage.
Well, I don't want to go out on a limb and say that. I mean, certainly what he's done, again, what I mentioned last spring, about what he did last year is put him out there as a preeminent horse. But again, there's a group of people that can win, and they don't give money away. You got to go and race for it. So I'd suggest that we all got to be on our A game to even show up.
Okay, Ben, thanks very much, and good luck on the weekend and the eliminations.
Yeah, well, we all need that for sure.
Harold Howe with Ben Wallace, North America Cup Preview.